I'll jump to my thoughts. The question is, Jay, I wonder if you could get this to help someone teach how to get better at Go. Um, and the reason I say Go is it's interesting to look at AlphaGo and say, hey, gee, it's interesting that the robot is able to sort of figure out these things that humans could only describe with words like beauty or symmetry in ways that weren't symmetry, but the robot could figure it out. So there are these features that the robot saw that humans, masters of the game, could sort of see or see to some degree, but less clear that they could teach it. So if you get the robot to sort of help someone figure out what are those features and teach it, that would sure be a sort of interesting um, proof point on sort of the explainable hypotheses.
The Go one is so interesting. After we did this morphing stuff, obviously, like you do whenever you write a paper, I'm like, I see morphing everywhere. And one of the places that I thought about, I don't know about Go, but I was thinking about chess, also because I don't know anything about chess. And one of my collaborators plays a lot of chess. And I was like, oh, maybe I can use this to learn how to play. And one way we can implement this that I think is actually revealing is we could try to take a good algorithm that plays Go and then set it up to interpret what it would do to help me see that. But actually, I think there's another way you could do this whole thing, which shows you a different way of teaching and a different way of what we would be interpreting. Imagine we built a model of me playing chess. And what you did was you interpreted my behavior. You said, here's a board. Here's the board in which you would screw up, but here's the closest board on which you would make the right move. Now, what I would actually be learning indirectly is how to be a better Go player. But directly, what I would be learning is where are my mistakes? And if you think about it in some ways, that's a way of using a good Go playing system, but taking me from where I am to be a better player because you're actually helping me understand the nature of my own mistakes. And to me, that's actually quite a generative activity. It's something we could do for many, many domains, for many, many professionals. You could do it for judges, for doctors, that is, here's an instance you would have gotten wrong. Here's the nearest instance you would have gotten right. What do you think you missed? And that's a way that I think, for me, I've been fascinated by the ability of these algorithms to impart a form of scientific understanding, which is each of us yearns, which is understanding of ourselves.